Hi, welcome to my video tutorial today. It's Photoshop templates that are designed using smart objects. So I've been getting a lot of interest from people to convert templates to be able to use smart objects. So normally I build my templates using either clipping masks or layer masks, but since I'm getting more and more interest of people wanting to use smart objects, I decided to put together a tutorial and update some templates for people so we can try out these different features. So what is a smart object? Adobe states that smart objects are a type of container that hold multiple layers within Photoshop. You can apply properties and characteristics to these multiple layers, combining different tools, filters, and features. And you can easily undo and make changes as needed to those layers, all while keeping the original image protected, which is true. You can add a lot of different layers on top of that image within the layer. So it's kind of fun. So, all right, so I'm gonna go over, I've updated this template to be built with smart objects. So I already opened up my template here in Photoshop. It's just a regular PSD template, but the layers over here have been built with smart objects. So you can see these little icons here state that it's a layer, see a smart object thumbnail. So what you're gonna do, so I'm gonna start with this layer one. I'm gonna rename this layer. There we go. So layer one. So I want to add an image into this layer. So you're going to go over here to the layers palette and you're going to double click on that layer. That layer is now going to open up its own tab. So you're going to have its own tab up here. So what I want to do is I want to add an image. So you want to go File, Open. You're going to look for your image. Just select one of these here. Click Open. Your image will open in its own tab. Now I want to copy and paste this into my template. So you're going to go Select All, Edit Copy. Then you're going to go back to that tab that was opened up here. This is your image box. You can go Edit, Paste. And so I had a really large image, so I'm going to need to size it down. So I'll go up and I'll go Edit, Free Transform, or Command T or Control T. Then it'll bring up the transform tools here. So I'm just clicking and dragging. So I'm going to size my image down. You can also size the image down up here. You can change the size. Say I want to do 50%. Seeing it brings it smaller. This is easier for me. Click and drag. Get the image into view. There we go. And I'm going to move it around how I need. And then once you're ready, you can hit Enter or Return. Places the image. So here now you have, if you look in the layers palette, you have your image layer and you have that gray square, which was your template layer, image box layer. So now you're going to go up to File, Save. And then if you go back over to the template, click on the template, there's your image. And you can easily go back, even if you can keep the layer open if you need to work back and forth from that layer to the template. Or you can just close it. Brings you back to the template. And then if you're like, oh, I do need to edit it, anytime you just double click, and it brings you back to that layer, opens it in its own tab to edit as needed. So let's just add a couple more images. So double click on layer 2, again brings it into its own tab. I'm gonna bring in another image, so I'm gonna go File, Open. Just gonna scroll in here and pick an image, click Open. I'm gonna go Select All, Edit, Copy, go into my layer 2 tab, Edit, Paste. And then I need to size my image down. You might have to size it up or you might have to size it smaller. So I go Edit, Free Transform, or you can do Control T or Command T. And I'm going to click and drag as needed to make my image smaller. I was just bringing in the large raw file. Scroll down. There we go. And I hit enter or return. Again, if you look in the layers palette, here's your image layer. Here's the image box layer. Go up, go file, save. Close your image layer. Go back to the template. Here you go. There's your second one. So you got layer 1 and layer 2 done. Now you want to do layer 3. Just double click on layer 3. Again, here's your layer 3. Its own tab. Want to add an image. File, open. Scroll down and select an image. Click open. And select all. Edit, copy. Back to that layer 3 tab. Edit, paste. Edit, free transform. Click and drag. Transform my image as needed. Return or enter. Always go file, save. And I can go back to the template, and there we have all 3 images in there now. And then if you want to go back and edit as needed, see I'm going to bring her down a little bit more. So you just double click, Control T, the image down a little bit, hit enter. Always go file, save. You can go back to the template. There, changed it. And so this middle one here, I think, let's see here. Let's double click on the center one, layer 2. And let's see here, we can add an effect. Maybe we want to do a color overlay. Oh. Give it kind of like a warming color. Almost like a sepia. Okay. Okay. So see, now it applied a layer effect here on this layer. So then if I go file, save, and then you can go back to the template, and there, now you can see that it has that little bit of a sepia. So now you've got your black and whites with like a little bit of a sepia color. You're like, oh, I don't really like it. You can double click on that layer. You can turn the effect off. Go file, save, go back. Now it's gone again. So Smart Objects is really fun. You can build as you need to. Each layer will always be there. It saves every single bit of that information for every single layer. So, well, I hope this tutorial has been useful to understand how Smart Objects work in Photoshop templates. If you have any questions, always send me a message. I'm happy to help and answer any other questions that you need. So thank you for tuning in and listening to my tutorial on Smart Objects in Photoshop. Have a wonderful day. Take care.